Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome and welcome back to Bligo's Prophetic Vessel. It's your girl Bligo, and we got a message for you. Hello to all of our new subscribers. It is so great to have you here. Welcome to the family. All right, guys. So please know that I don't choose the storylines. The Holy Spirit does. I don't choose the cards that come out. The Holy Spirit does, okay? This could be past, present, and or future information for you. All right. And these readings here are timeless, regardless of when you're seeing it. Years from now, months from now, days from now. When the Holy Spirit feels like you are in a season to be receptive of a message, the Holy Spirit will guide you to it, okay? And also feel free to check out your other placements on our collective Zodiac channel, Don Juan Spiritual Guidance, all right? That link will be in the description box, okay? Please like, share, comment, and subscribe over there as well. And those readings are timeless as well. So go towards whatever you feel guided to, okay? All right. This is for my Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node Capricorns. Holy Spirit, what do they need to see? We have Resurrection. So you guys could be like coming out of something. Wanting to come out of something, about to come out of something. We have the key here. So some of you guys could hold the key to knowledge. Hold the key to everything, I'm hearing. Like you're rare. But for a lot of you guys, some of this may not have happened yet. For a small percentage, it has, but not for most though. So you're waiting on this to receive. So you could be going through a transformation. A lot of you guys here. Be in isolation or feel like you're isolated at this time, you know, wanting to come out of that. Capricorns are definitely introverts, more introverted. And of course, you know, you have other aspects in your chart and things of that nature. You could be more of an extrovert. All right. That doesn't mean that you don't like to party or hang out from time to time. Also, at the same time, a Capricorn likes to re-up, like replenishing themselves. Well, being in a self-induced isolation. What does that mean? Like you're purposely doing this because you've been around so many people, you want to be in your own energy. And that's a good thing. That way you can tell the difference between your energy and other people's energies. It's like when you're constantly around people in their energy and they're not healing, it's hard to tell the difference between yours and theirs. It can be. Especially if you're going through something and the people that you're also friends with or living with or whatever the case may be is going through something, but they're not healing it. You're constantly under their auric field, which means you can start taking on their emotions as your own on top of whatever you might be going through. So you're thinking like, man, it's really, really intense when really it's not that it's so intense. It may be intense. Well, let's say the intensity may be at a 5 versus a 10, right? Because you also have someone else's emotions and hardcore thoughts that they're not transmuting, which doesn't make it an excuse. It's kind of just giving you a reason. Because there's multiple different types of empaths. You can be several types or you could be one, okay? I forgot what it's called, but it's the empath where, you know, you literally take on other people's emotions. But it's not for the sake of you just doing that. You transmute them. It's like you're a transmuter. And it can be a blessing and a curse. Because if you don't know how to transmute that, you're going to constantly be feeling like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. And I'm not even going to say even if you know how, because you could know how and still be living under that same energy. And have to constantly feel like you're cleansing, but it's like you're cleansing just to be right back in that energy, you know? So that's for somebody. Some of you guys, you might feel like this could be a work environment. This could be a home environment for some of you. This could be an environment that you're with your lover or a roommate. Oh my gosh. Okay, I love the synchronicities also at the same time. My gosh. So like, you could be living with people or in a work environment that's trying to make you conform to what they want you to do and things of that nature. And we're not talking about anything that's dangerous or whatever the case may be. We're talking about them making you want to do things that's out of your character or out of your morals. It's not what you stand for, but it's what they stand for. Or this is how you're making somebody feel. And it's meant for you to do your calling. And that can be difficult to do when you are constantly under other people's energy that is not on a healing journey. They don't even see the path for themselves, you know, or willing to take the path less traveled and allow God to guide them, which is difficult too. I mean, y'all, I had to break down today because I'm pissed off at God. Okay. You know, it's not easy at all. You feel me? What you're being guided to create at this time, because it's something really special about you guys. You really hold the key here, the blueprint to life. I'm hearing the key of life, tree of life. So like you're really rare. I'm hearing like there's rare and then there's you. I've never heard that before. Yeah, so you're being protected. Okay? Though it could feel like you're being caged in other cases. Okay? And I definitely know what that feels like. Some of you guys could be star seeds. So it feels like, you know, you don't like it here, period. Like, you like it, take me somewhere else. Take me somewhere else. I'm here like, I don't want to be here. This world is very shitty. And it's not necessarily the world, it's the people in it. Because everybody has shit, definitely, and nobody's perfect. Also, at the same time, like when people are not healing, when people are projecting and all the rest of that shit, like it makes the world unnecessarily hard. You have people in positions of power that can literally make the decision to allow certain things to, you know, happen, where it can make living so much more easier for the people, instead of this unnecessary suffering and inflation and recession. Well, because you have a lot of people in power who did not heal their traumas, it's like they're taking out their traumas in the position that they're in, and that's not fair. And that's not for everybody that has a position of power. And we're talking about people in politics. We're talking about people, you know, in other organizations. We're talking about family members who, you know, try to use their position of power to overstep and things of that nature. Like, it's not cool. It's not cool, and it's unfair. Now, flipped energies, if you know that this is you, you know, not really, you know, abuse. I'm hearing abusing power. It's like somebody, it's like, and I don't want to say victim. I'm going to say, but also at the same time, you can't control what anybody does or says. So you are, or whoever is on whatever side of the story, you are a victim in that sense of, no, you cannot control somebody else's decision making and things of that nature. So it's like, in essence, you are a victim to whatever the decisions that the people make, right, who are in those positions of power. and control, but they're using it in a horrible way. Yeah, you are a victim to that. Okay? And for the people who are in these powerful positions that's making terrible decisions from their trauma, that's no excuse. But just know that the Holy Spirit is saying, hey, I see you. And my people are suffering unnecessarily just because you did not heal your traumas. And you think nobody's seeing you, I see you. And just because you may not believe in me, don't mean I don't exist. Okay? Some of you guys could be coming into a union. All right? Like a union where it's going to feel like safe and secure for you. And this could be like a genuine friendship. Because, you know, we do have a lot of wolves in sheep's clothing. In a lot of families, friendships, unfortunately partnerships. You know, there's wolves in sheep's clothing in religions. Shit, you got priests that's been raping kids. Hey, they got busted, right? It's several priests that got busted for that. You can look it up online. It's no secret. So I'm being guided to say somebody's learning that everything that glitters is not gold. Somebody's being humbled. Whoever was abusing their power is what I'm hearing. Okay. Whether this is you or whoever you were dealing with, and somebody's going to be resurrected from being a victim to someone's poor choices due to the position of power that they were in. So basically, that's like somebody not being able to do anything because not in a certain area. This could be like, again, this could be at your job, right? There's only so much as an employee you can do because you have an admin, you have a manager, you have this, that, and the third. If they tell you to do something, you got to do it. Otherwise, yeah, you could quit. You're going to be out of a job, right? You know, things of that nature. So it's not that you could do anything. It's just, it's not that you can't do nothing. But it's like what you may want to do, what you don't want to do, you may have to do. And for some of you guys, that could have been the case too. Like some of you guys didn't want to have to downsize, but you did because somebody went behind your back and spent more money than what they told you, right? For some of you guys, you know, you didn't have you couldn't stay in your apartment, or you couldn't stay here or do something because of someone else's poor decision making. You know, like you couldn't, for some people, they couldn't live at home because somebody kept climbing on top of them, right? Violating boundaries. It's something to that degree in every situation. Okay, so it's like a power struggle in a career, love, family, organization, and either you was the person that was in the position that was abusing the power and control that you had, or you were the one that was the victim to that. Like you had to do, in a sense, because of whatever the power struggle was. Like either you did what they told you to because they were either your admin, or this was a parent-child type of thing, or you know, you were living in somebody's house, but their name was on the lease. Not saying that makes it okay, right? It's something to the degree where you may not have as much of a say-so in something, if at all. Okay? So put yourself on the side of the story as you see fit. But what I'm hearing is that shouldn't have been the case. And I'm hearing it was a test. God was trying to see how somebody was going to handle a situation with their free will. They just tapped on my altar. So that's confirmation for me. We have divine flow. Eventually, one sublime desire takes precedence over all others. To follow the Tao, the divine flow at all costs. And then we have inner child. Allow me to give compassion and love to that little one. Let me attend to its deepest needs and feelings. So whoever was in this position of power, I don't care if they were like 50, 60, 70 years old, whatever they did not heal, like whatever part of them did not heal, that was like their 16-year-old self. So like, for example, the person in power that had this position of power that was abusing it, they may have had to grow up early in one aspect of their life. So let's say they knew how to delegate money well, right? Because they had to. They were actually their age, quote unquote, in that area, right? They knew how to pay bills. They knew how to do a lot of business type of stuff, right? Because maybe they had to when they were a child. Well, let's say they didn't get that emotional teachings, like let's say their parent didn't allow them to cry as a form of a healthy coping skill. Let's say the parent, did not comfort them when they needed comfort. Let's say the parent did not protect them. It was a lot of neglect. That part of them never grew. So whereas a person, for example, can be in a position of power at 70 years old, they still have that 10 to 15-year-old self that never healed. And no, this doesn't make it okay, because when you become an adult, you are responsible for your healing. You're responsible for taking yourself to therapy or life coaching or mentoring so you can heal those parts. This is what healing is all about. And no, it's not easy. Yeah, it can be challenging, but also at the same time, it's like somebody's about to really pay a hefty price for the poor decisions that they made because of the parts of them that did not heal, and how they took advantage of other people in their position of power, whether this was you or whoever you're dealing with. Oof. It's like instead of somebody just staying in their lane, keeping the divine flow, somebody like tapped into yours, or you tapped into someone else's without permission. It's kind of giving like somebody should have just stayed in their own lane. And again, this is not going for everybody who has a position of power, because everybody that has a position of power is not like this. They actually are fair. They actually do care. They actually are reasonable. They actually want to see people be great and do great, even if it's better than them. Like, their intentions are pure. We're not talking about those people. We're talking about the ones who's in these positions of power and they're abusing it to the point where it's almost like they're abusing the people, because that's how it's feeling. Okay, whether this is you or whoever you're dealing with here. All right, what the Holy Spirit is saying, you are going to get out of this. Just keep staying in the flow. And yes, this can be easier said than done. And if you guys want to book a personal reading, all right, you can feel free to do so via the website, like that's linked in the description box. Okay, for general career situational readings, I am having a Halloween love sale for the month of October. Feel free to check out the community board to see what that sale is. All right, for personal love readings that are video recorded. All right, so thank you guys for your love and support here. It is truly, truly appreciated. And always remember, you make your own decisions. Peace out. Deuces.